DC News Now is your local election headquarters. Tonight, we look forward at the possible future of our country.
We have team coverage for you tonight on all the results of the presidential election. Our Max Marcilla is outside of Howard University tonight, where just hours ago, Vice President Kamala Harris conceded, but also called on her supporters not to give up the fight.
Yeah, but first, our Marielle Carbone live in studio tonight. And Marielle, with former President Trump winning a new term, there could be some big changes in the district.
Yeah, Chris, there certainly could be, and what they will be still unclear. There are some concerns about the impact to D.C. statehood, with House Republicans already working to overturn some key pieces of D.C. legislation these last few years. So beyond that, the fate of federal workers also uncertain.
This is the most important job in the world.
With President-elect Donald Trump now on his way to the White House, voters are considering what that means for them.
I was disappointed.
I'm very excited for President Trump win.
Here in the DMV, one of the biggest impacts could be on federal workers.
I hope federal workers are always protected.
Under his Agenda 47 plan, Trump proposes relocating 100,000 federal jobs out of the D.C. area. And under the right-wing Project 2025, which Trump has tried to distance himself from, comes a proposal to overhaul the federal government, removing civil servant positions.
So there is a possibility that we could be looking at a pretty tumultuous time for federal employment.
Dr. Stephen Farnsworth is a professor of political science with the University of Mary Washington.
I think a lot of people who are connected with their jobs here will wait and see what happens.
Still, he says the most immediate employment impact will be for Hill staffers.
You're thinking about a majority party becoming a minority party in the Senate or the House.
Wednesday, Everett Kelly, president of the American Federation of Government Employees, saying members will continue to do their jobs regardless of who is in the White House. But, quote, our union will not stand by and let any political leader, regardless of their political affiliation, run roughshod over the Constitution and our laws. Now, as for D.C. statehood, Trump has threatened to take over D.C. if elected. Tonight, the ACLU of D.C. calling his win a grave threat to our rights and self-governance in the district. In studio, I'm Marielle Carbone, D.C. News Now.